It's June 16th, 2019. It's been pretty warm here in Seattle. Right here, you can see that the trees are doing pretty good, and the succulents is tilted because it's too heavy on the top. Right here we have the elephant food bush, and the frizzle sizzle, looking good. Some of the tips of the older leaves are turning brownish, but the newer leaves are looking pretty good to me, like these ones. You can see it's already curly. Down here we have the tomato. On the top you can see some new flowers coming up, and here we have some flowers that have already opened. And here we have the California poppy. You can see lots of flowers. Those are probably going to open up within 2 days. Down here we have some lacy Facilia. You can see it's also sending out a lot of flowers. This lacy Facilia flower has already opened up. Up here we have some beautiful lavender. You can see all the flowers have opened up. And here we have a ladybug walking around. It's probably could be from one of the pupa that I showed you last week or something. But yeah, the lavender is looking great. Rosemary looks pretty much the same. Down here, these hydrangea, you can see the flowers are really pink, and all the flower colors are pretty uniform. But then this bush over here, you can see these flowers are kind of purplish. And then down here, it's even more kind of bluish to me. And if you go up, you can see this one is very pink. So yeah, there's a gradient of colors actually. And this bigger bush is kind of pink and purple in between those two colors. I'm guessing it depends on when the flowers develop too. And here we have some succulents. They're looking pretty good. Peony, nothing too much. And the green onion is doing surprisingly well. Right here you can see this one. It's probably ready to harvest if I need it for some cooking. And the pineapple is looking fine, I think. Some of the leaves are kind of turning brownish, not too sure. Here we have some bulb plants that's dying back. I can put them away pretty soon, probably within this week. And this other flower, sweet something, lots of flowers. Hopefully it's gonna attract some bees. Right here we have the mulberry. You can see that fruit is starting to form. Some of the fruits are changing from green to kind of yellowish color now. Like up here, mostly you can see the fruits are mostly green still. But yeah, they're gonna change color into more of a red, and then eventually dark purplish color. And yeah, so I don't think we're gonna get a lot of mulberry this year. And over here we have the dahlia. You can see this flower has opened up. It's very nice. Still the same, obviously, same color. Here's a few more flowers that's gonna open up pretty soon. Down here we have the lily of the valley. Let's look at the little seed fruits right here. See, it's still green. These ones are still green as well. They're gonna turn red. Not sure how long it's gonna take. Here we have the blueberries. You can see all the fruits are getting a lot bigger now. Up here, just a lot more fruits. We're gonna have a lot of blueberry this year. And it's sending out new leaves, which is a good sign. It's not getting eaten by the black vine weevils. So yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for sure. Down here we have the cow lily. You can see this side is the ones I stored indoor. And I found a flower a few days ago. So I cut it and placed it indoor. It's looking great. And right here we have the ones I stored outdoor, and it's actually flowering too. And also, here's one. So basically I just went over and count all of them. And then this is the second one. This is the third one. And then here we have another one. So 4. And then over here, we have another one. 5. So yeah, we have 5 calla lily flowers from the ones I stored outdoor. So it seems like the ones I stored outdoor is working better. I'm gonna start doing that actually. Could be the temperature, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. You can see here, the succulent is kind of recovering from the transplant. Strawberries are now just sending out mostly runners. Don't see any new flowers forming. And over here you can see more runners everywhere. Here we have the daffodil dying back, and also you can see these plants they're actually potatoes. I think it's from the fruits that formed last year, the seeds from the fruits that formed last year. Asparagus looks pretty much the same, and this one, I'm still not too sure what it is. We need to see the flower to really know what it is. So yeah, it's gonna flower soon. This is the raspberry. You can see these ones are getting taller, and right here we have a lot of raspberry fruits. It's looking great, like this one over here. We can actually harvest this one. Just pull on it, and yeah, that's a raspberry. And there's a lot more to harvest down here and over here as well. And this is the one I harvested earlier this week, June 11th, and it comes with a very weird strawberry. This is the June 13th harvest, and the harvest today, June 16th. Up here we have the grapes, looking pretty much the same. I still haven't found the flower looking structure yet, so can't really show you what's going on with those. Yeah, but it's doing pretty well up there. Right here we have the hyacinth and grape hyacinth, both dying back now. I'll put those away pretty soon too. Potatoes, getting a little messy, but you can see it's sending more flowers out again, so I'm gonna snip those. And lastly, we have the beautiful artichoke. You can see this flower is actually getting a lot bigger than I thought. It's pretty nice. And here we have a little tiny sibling flower. And on the artichoke leaves, I found this little larvae. It's been hanging out around. Looks like it's going through some shedding stages, and I wonder why it's standing up like this. And for the indoor garden, you can see here we have the cut calla lily. It's been about 3 days since I cut it. Still looking pretty fresh. Here's the succulents. This little guy is doing pretty well. And over here we have the orchids. The lady slipper orchid is doing really well. You can see the leaves are forming nicely. And then these mini snowflakes are doing really well too. Mini oncidium and this one, they're all doing really well. Yeah, not too much to talk about with these guys. And the phalaenopsis, right here, those are the new roots. You can see they're forming really well. And then right here, in between the leaves and the stem, you can see another thing forming. I think that's a root. Could be a flower spike. We'll see though. Starthorn fern. The leaves are actually really pretty. You can see the veins inside. Here's some other succulent. And up here we have the Hoya plants. Let's check out that new growth from last week. Right here, you can see the stem is getting longer, and there's a new node with new leaves forming. And this vine is also sending out some new growth, really growing actively. Spider plants and the pear plants, you can see it's sending out a lot of new leaves, and it's still flowering, like these guys. And the philodendron.